Hello, and welcome back to Coin Lady channel. A lot of newcomers to the XRP space may not be aware that many of their questions have already been addressed, so I figured I'd bring this old post by David Schwartz to the attention of the community. If you're not familiar with this area, you might have missed this. If you've been around for a while, you might already have the answer to this question. The fact that there are currently 54 billion XRP tokens in circulation is the foundation of the problem. Considering the current supply of other cryptocurrencies, that might seem like a lot. In an effort to increase the value of our XRP, there are some who have proposed burning the escrow. Hey, I've got a good explanation for this. Ultimately, if we desire XRP to be sold at high prices, we might achieve that first spec move by burning the escrow. And by the way, no one is burning any escrow. This is, after all, the point of XRP. The primary intention of creating XRP was to facilitate the transfer of munches and solve challenges related to the transfer of money. Now, with the XRP ledger in place, just about everything of value can be transferred. Since all of the XRPs have already been released into Ripple wallets, David Schwartz analyzes a situation where the consumption of XRP for meeting expenses surpasses the XRP held in Ripple wallets when he answers this issue a few years ago. Ripple might even go out of business if this happened. He went so far as to say that this couldn't happen because Ripple already has a steady flow of income from things like the CBDC platform and digital asset custody companies like Matechko, who they just bought, and they hadn't even bought a taco yet. What happens when the XRP escrow on Ripple's runs out? This is the original core post, though. In response, David Schwartz says, "Guys, this is the official post. Ever since the escrow started, the leftover money gets returned to Ripple. As a result of the system's behavior from the start," he continues by adding that XRP has to be placed back into escrow. And I mean, I'm keeping my fingers crossed that eventually, when that number starts to fall off, more XRP will be needed in the ecosystem to enable these transactions. The escrow could go on for a long time because of this. Rupture of Ripple's XRP supply is inevitable. In all likelihood, Ripple has used up the XRP that the ledger's creators gave it, if not in a strictly literal sense then at least in a more pragmatic sense. Ripple may conceivably decide to just leave and lay off all of its employees at that point. Still, I believe Ripple will probably have other ventures and income streams in place by then, so it can stay in business. This was brought up by David Schwartz 3 years ago. The initial issue that Ripple set out to address was the distribution of XRP. And sure enough, here we are with Ripple licensing technology to other companies. Distributing it to individuals seemed easy at first. But we had to start planning ahead before XRP was widely listed on exchanges, because it could be easily traded for cash. It ceased to function, according to him. You can't simply sell it because there isn't any initial demand or a functional market, and all the giveaways were gamed. In a strange twist of fate, I will consider the completion of our execution of an exceedingly complicated and surprisingly difficult mission to be the moment when Wave's XRP escrow expires. Here he is stating that Ripple's original intention was to remove the XRP from escrow. That, in a sense, was their face in relation to death. The guys are basically saying that the escrow is there for a purpose and that you can't just burn it. In addition, it must be part of the ecosystem. Plus, whenever it's ready to do its thing, after all the XRP has been released, it will. Naturally, Ripple will have finished their tasks at that point. They will now go to do other things. For those of you who are curious in the escrow and would like more information about it, I hope this has been helpful. I would like to thank David Schwartz and Flip the Chain for that, because I know that this information might be new to some of you. On the other hand, I am aware that it is already widely known to some. Still, it's helpful to brush up on the basics every so often, and this is particularly true when a new landscape is appearing. According to the subjective opinions expressed on Twitter, regulated stable coins will greatly increase the liquidity of an e-liquid system. Furthermore, this is somewhat related to the fact that XRP has been released from escrow. At this time, we do not have the necessary infrastructure for XRP to function in the manner that Ripple envisions it functioning. Not quite there yet, anyway. We are actively aiming for XRP to be a component of it. However, stablecoins will also play a significant role in this. Former CFTC employee Christian Carlo, okay here, a self-proclaimed crypto dad, he weighs in on the topic of illiquid markets, including stablecoins, and the role they will play in the future of the industry. When it happens, I don't want to put a specific date on it, but it will probably be soon. But it's coming shortly. Please pay attention to this. Am I implying that new things will be invented? Like it has done to countless other industries, the internet will radically alter the future of banking, money, and finance. Also, the United States stands to gain quite a bit from the previous analog foundational structure. We can't afford to say it will be too disruptive, unfortunately. We should reconsider. The event will take place. Therefore, we have the option to either take the lead, follow, or remain in the background. I'm hoping that we'll take the lead. Is stablecoin regulation something you'd like to discuss? If so, where would you like to start? On that, what are the most crucial points to nail down? I think it's crucial to establish a licensing system for stablecoins and to define the respective responsibilities of the various regulators. I also think it's important to establish clear boundaries between them. The claims of stabilization made by stablecoins must be verified, and the mechanisms for such stabilization, if based on the dollar, must be understood. Therefore, the House introduced stablecoin legislation has my full backing. I did write an opinion piece for The Hill magazine in which I pointed out that the bill has one problem: it doesn't address privacy issues head-on. Furthermore, governments should not be able to use stablecoins as a weapon to prevent legitimate transactions on social media, just as the government used social media to censor perfectly legitimate speech. As a result, the matter of what operators of stablecoins can do with the data they collect and how privacy is maintained. Additionally, we must guarantee that legitimate stablecoin operators cannot be coerced into blocking legitimate transactions by government licensing bodies. That is the one problem with the law, in my opinion. The necessity to replace dwindling liquidity in our government bond markets and to establish fresh demand for government assets through stablecoin operators is, in my opinion, a major motivating factor for public officials to seek stablecoin legislation. Ought to have. Banks are now less inclined to hold government debt due to the capital requirements on their balance sheets, which is an unexpected result of Dodd-Frank. However, there are many who claim they warned you about this. Additionally, proprietary trading organizations and hedge funds have contributed to that liquidity. While this year has been no exception, our government bond market has experienced liquidity constraints in recent years. I also believe that some people believe that demand for treasury securities will increase if the cryptocurrency business is healthy, well-regulated, and characterized by stable coins. Personally, I haven't done any research on that. But the argument makes sense. Furthermore, the argument is not unjust. In my view, operators of stable coins serve a vital purpose as both payment processors and holders of government assets. And I believe it's crucial if we address the privacy issue. As I mentioned before, in an ideal world, all digital money systems would be based on the dollar. However, if that isn't feasible, then the ones you choose will be based on the euro. On the other hand, I believe that after we resolve the privacy issue, individuals will seek out advisors based in the US dollar because they perceive this as a more secure option than those based in the euro or digital currencies. We have Chris's excellent viewpoint and John Carlo's insightful discussion on many fascinating topics concerning the regulation of stable coins. Unsurprisingly, he supports stablecoin regulation. Additionally, he acknowledges that illiquid markets will be negatively impacted by the introduction of another user onboarding option. As an added bonus, we can make customer onboarding much easier with those stable coins, whether the landscape is tokenized, fully tokenized, or mostly tokenized. According to subjective opinions in this tweet, Christian, there is already a liquidity issue in the ecosystem. Notably absent from Carlo's discussion on stable coins is XRP, yet digital assets such as XRP have the potential to resolve and even alleviate many of these issues. To avoid overwhelming the market, the escrow is being released in stages rather than all at once. However, XRP will prove to be immensely valuable whenever that day arrives. Please accept my sincere appreciation for merely publishing that subjective viewpoint. On the other hand, we have this guy's most recent update from Adrian or Kenny, the SVP of product at Ripple Key. He predicts that a new paradigm will emerge as the industry tries to move past the problems they had in 2023. Michael Branch shared this prediction on Twitter. As 2023 comes to a close, Ripple shares its optimistic outlook for 2024. Adrian McCraney says that the industry is trying to overcome the problems they had in 2023. Financial institutions throughout the world are actively seeking for digital asset solutions to satisfy customer demand for efficient, transparent, and on-demand banking. I will provide a link in the explanation so you may get the Ripple forecasts, guys. In light of the industry's desire to get past the challenges it faced in 2023, here are Triconi's projections. There has been a shift in focus away from traditional banking institutions as the cryptocurrency industry seeks new partnerships. Rest assured, this concept does not necessitate. Those days of trying to guess which central bank has joined the Ripple net are, for the most part, over. We are now encountering novel and difficult assignments. Alright, major financial institutions throughout the world are on the hunt for digital asset solutions to meet the demands of their customers for instant, transparent, and efficient banking. Consistent with what we heard from Chris Giancarlo regarding the illiquid market, new obstacles, and tokenizing everything. I will provide a link to the video I made earlier in case any of you missed it. You know, this concept that the majority of the world's economy will eventually be tokenized. For the time being, it is not even conjecture. This is the current trajectory. These higher-ups have wanted us to do this for the past 10 years. Sure, it will likely be longer. Therefore, they are insisting on these open, on-demand banking services. A number of international financial institutions have become our partners in the recent 12 months. We also anticipate that adoption rates will keep skyrocketing in 2024. As a result, more people will start using XRP, which means more adoption. Financial institutions will be testing the waters with tokenized assets, doing so safely within the bounds of stringent security and compliance standards, and with little disruption to existing systems is essential. Guys, we are witnessing it firsthand. Not only will the cryptocurrency business have a daring year in 2024, but the entire economy will. Regarding XRP, though. To wit, Adrian True Kenny offers some wise counsel from Metallica's CEO, you don't win markets because you have the best product. You win markets because the market thinks you have the best product. Hey, listen up. On top of that, you're an engineer. I found it quite challenging to comprehend. You need to establish a formidable marketing force. I always believed that having a fantastic product is the key to winning the market. I mean, I am an engineer. Yeah, that's just wrong. Having the best product isn't enough to win markets. What matters is that people believe you have it. In addition, how can you deluge the market with information while making them believe your product is the best? Also, you had to pay for it. A sufficient number of individuals and sufficient funds are hence prerequisites. As a result, if I were to start a business again, the first thing I would do is hire a marketing and sales team so that people believe I'm the industry leader before I even have a product. This is in stark contrast to the massive engineering and product teams that I did. As a Swiss engineer, that's a really challenging goal to achieve because Americans are accustomed to shipping goods they do not possess. For those who prefer other methods, I apologize. That is, nevertheless, accurate in many respects. It's fabulous. I loved it. This is coming from a Swiss guy. Basically, it's like pouring knowledge into the market. I mean, it's quite well known that Ripple has already formed those agreements, and is also spreading information about RippleNet like wildfire, thus, they are far ahead of the competition. Still, their wares are top-notch. I mean, XRP can certainly serve its intended function. Ripple has already established those relationships, thus it will be irrelevant even if someone develops a faster cryptocurrency solution that outperforms XRP. For all the various uses we've covered on this channel before, including central banking, value transfers, and tokenization, XRP is going to be the one that sees widespread adoption. I just wanted to say thanks to Sento Sumo Saba for posting that. This individual is also associated with XRP declines. Now here's another one about Metal Photo. You must so be prepared to move when the big dogs do. This is their point of view. All assets, totaling trillions of dollars, will be linked together in a chain at some point. Listen up, spacemen. This one's from Seamus Donahue. Pay attention, since he is mentioning HSBC by name. We had Rajiv Tumu as a guest. He oversees digital assets on a worldwide scale. In the long run, all assets will be stored on-chain, even if conservative firms like HSBC are viewing the space as more of a permanent fixture. So, they are planning to integrate, say, 5% of their clients' assets and provide them with both traditional and crypto services as part of their current stack. Eventually, all of their assets might end up on the stack. This is the new backbone of their organization. This must have such flexibility if you intend to hold assets of trillions of dollars. It must be a publicly accessible system. Keep in mind that the clients are bringing these guys in, so you better be ready to play when the big dogs come rolling in. Now it's even the responsibility of the institutions that will be digitizing it. Their clients desire cryptocurrencies, and the Bitcoin ETF will only increase demand for it in the new year. Guys, wait your turn and be prepared. Perhaps now is a good time to take it easy, as the market is retracing. Hold off on buying those old coins you've been eyeing until there's a significant retracement. If you're interested in following my trading experience this time around, you can find me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. I'm diversifying my investments beyond XRP and Bitcoin to maximize profit during this bull run. That is simply my personal viewpoint. Nonetheless, I would greatly appreciate your opinions. In case you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button. Please like and subscribe my channel. See you later, bye.